What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk about something that I use all the time, something I get asked about all the time. That is my shoe storage. So you can see behind me I've got the stacks of these drop front boxes. That's basically what I use for almost everything. There are really two types of drop fronts. The first one is this basic one that you see, which I've got stacked behind me here. I got this from the Container Store. I think they're normally $10, $9.95. I've got another video that shows you how to get them for 30% off most of the time, sometimes even more. So this is what I generally recommend if you're just going to use, just to keep your stuff in, keep the dust off, and something that you access every day. This is what I would use. I even use these to store some of my Supreme accessories and some of my clothes and t-shirts and stuff. Just when I don't want to put them somewhere else, I'll just stick them in one of these. It kind of keeps them out of the way, and they look nice when they're all stacked together. So these are great. I recommend these, and I recommend you check out the video on how to get them for cheaper. I'll put a link right here. So besides this, if you have some sneakers, which I do, that I want to kind of keep them in a little nicer and display them a little nicer, and in fact some of my sneakers don't even fit in here because they're the high tops and they're really high, and I'm a size 13, so these are really designed for a max of size 13. So when I want something a little nicer and I've got the bigger shoes, I go to something like this. And these are like an all acrylic box. These ones in particular are made from Look-See Designs. And I really do like these because they make things look nice. They do scratch a little bit, which I don't love, but in general they're a little bit better looking. They're made from I think acrylic, and they've got a drop front. You can see here. The problem with these is they're really fragile. And I will show you guys some close-ups of what I mean, but they've got little tabs built into the drop front door right here, and those tabs tend to break off. So what happens is the hinge here basically at the bottom doesn't work. Now luckily they have magnets here at the top, so even if these hinges are broken, the magnets still tend to hold the front door in place, so it still looks good. You can't really tell the difference. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about on the Look-See Designs. You can see here the hinges are kind of broken. Now I don't know if they've fixed that or not. I haven't got any of the newer ones. I heard at one time that they might have changed the design, but you can see how that's broken there. But they've got these magnets, which are right there. You can see them, and they basically hold that door in place. So when you put the door in place, it holds it in place. It still looks good, but those little hinges are broken. Compared to these. These are they're plastic. They do have the clear front, which is nice. They're just a little more durable, but they also don't look quite as good. So along that note, I have a buddy, Charles. He owns a shoe display box company, and full disclosure here, he gave me one of his bigger boxes and said, hey, try this out, take a look at it, do it on video, and give me your opinion. So I did get this for free, but I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion of what I think compared to these two other boxes, and I haven't even opened it yet, so let's take a look at it. It's right here. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. So right off the bat, it comes double boxed, so that's a good sign. So as you open it up, obviously it's double boxed. He's got them in some styrofoam protection. That's a good sign. I can tell right off the bat, this is already a thicker material, and I'll show you a comparison, but this is probably twice as thick. Yeah, this is easily twice as thick as the Look-See Design. He's got it wrapped in this plastic. I'm going to get that off so we can get a better, clearer look at it. Okay, there we go. I will say, he's got it packaged really, really well. And that's one thing about the Look-See ones that when I received them, I actually bought them kind of from another guy who had already used them, but he received them, some of them already broken when they came. I would say that the way these are packaged, that's not going to happen. Definitely right off the bat, these things are way more beefy. This is literally twice as thick as the Look-See Design. I'll show a close-up. So he's also got, and again, I'll show you guys some closer up, but he's got feet on the bottom here. These are acrylic feet that are built in. One thing about the Look-See Design ones that I do know, some of them have the little rubber kind of stick-on feet. Some of them have them, some of them don't. And they just came that way. I don't know if they fell off or whatever, but these are glued on. So I don't think they're going to be coming off anytime soon. Also, you can tell right off the bat that those feet on the bottom are designed to fit on top of another box. So they interlock, they lock together. Awesome design already. Let's see how the front works. Okay, so I already love it because you can see here there's a hinge. Now, I don't love the look of the hinge. It's not quite as clean looking as the Luxi design, but I can tell you this is not going to break off anytime soon. It's actually screwed on with like some acrylic screws. You got 3 on each top and bottom, and it works great. It looks like he also has, similar to the Luxi, magnets at the top, so the lid sticks together. So now the question is going to be, are the shoes that I have going to fit in here? What I want to do is I want to put in my new Fear of Gods that I just received. I want to see if they can get them to fit in here. I'm sure I'll be able to. It looks like it's tall enough. It'll be close. But I can tell you right off the bat, overall this is definitely higher quality. And I'm not just saying that because I got it free. I'll show you guys close-ups. It's obvious. The hinge is great. The door is thick. It looks really, really high quality. This is a good case. So one thing I forgot to mention is the name of the company. Soulcase Displays. You can see his logo right here. He's got it on the side of the case. And I don't really mind that. He kept it small enough where I don't mind. He also does do customizations. I've seen him, at least on his website, he can customize basically any logo or design on any side of the box that you want. So keep that in mind. I think this retails for $60. I'll put a link in his website down below. You guys can check that out to verify. I believe it's $60. $60 is a lot for any kind of case, but it isn't like you're going to be buying 20 of these. Well, you might buy 20 of them, but I usually only buy them for, that 1 or 2 pairs that I really want to kind of keep safe and display them so they look really nice. So, Soulcase Displays, let's get some close-ups, take a close look, and I will put a link down below. On the right here, we have the Luxi design. On the left is the Soulcase Display, and I want you just to look at the edges here. So, the Soulcase Display is not quite twice as thick as the Luxi design, but it's definitely thicker. Here is the magnet design at the top. Again, this is the Soulcase Display. It's a really tight, snug fit. Doesn't seem to be loose. Magnet is a little bit smaller, but you can hear it. It's snapping into place. Over here, a little different because it's a little bit looser, bigger magnet, which is actually a benefit because of the bad hinge down here. It actually allows it to stay in place. So you can see here, it snaps closed. Another thing I did notice, the Luxi design does have this, it's a one piece, so the sides and the top are all one piece. On this, it's multiple pieces that are glued together. I'm not really worried about it. I mean, there is an extra edge, I guess, on this one to essentially break or glue to come loose, but I'm not really worried about it. This is so thick, I don't really expect that to happen ever. I turned the boxes on their side now, so again, this one here is the Soulcase, this is the Luxi. I wanted to point out the feet. These feet are bigger and they tend to be, look like they're epoxied on or really glued on tight. These are just these like regular stick-on rubbery type. These tend to fall off. I've got some that have only 3, some that have none. I like this design because it looks like it's going to fit right into the top. If you look here, the top has holes. Those holes are designed to accept feet from another box. So if you have multiple boxes, right off the bat, I would prefer these. So I don't think this foot or this foot is going to scratch any of the material that you might set your box on, wood or whatever it is. Back down to the hinge. So on the Soulcase, the only thing I don't love about this hinge is that it does take away from the overall sort of clean look that the Luxi design has. But I don't know really how you would do that any other way. I would prefer a box that's going to open and not break over time than one that looks okay for a little while and then eventually it breaks. So again, the only slight downfall may be that it's a big hinge that kind of sticks out, a little bit gaudy maybe, but it's not a big deal. It's in the overall scheme of things. I really think that if I could do this all over again, I hadn't already bought a bunch of these, I would just be buying these. So I got one of these now. I'm really hoping that the Fear of Gods fit. let's give it a try. All right, there you have it. Easily they're fitting in here. So not only are they fitting in normal, you know, a lot of times because I'm a size 13 and the shoes are just too wide, I have to put them in like heel to toe like this because they're just too wide and they won't fit. But in this box, as you saw earlier, I have them in just as you would normally kind of expect to put them in. Just like that. Flip this up. There you have it, guys. So overall, I'm really happy about this. If I could do everything over again, I would definitely go with this one, not the Looksee. Nothing against Looksee. They had a great product at the time. They look great, but overall, I think these boxes are better. Be sure you guys subscribe. Be sure you guys leave any comments. Let me know what you think about this case or any of the other cases. If you got questions, let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon.